And we're live. What's up, people? Welcome back to 2022 and the return of Curse of Strahd. We have all our wonderful people here returning, our players, Baz and Nutty both dropping subs. Thanks much, guys. Appreciate it. 23 months from Mr. Orgasm and 28 months from Nutty. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the subs. Just to recap quickly on the sub giveaway at the end of the year on the 31st of December, it was drawn on at the end of the stream, and Mr. Grim Realities was the winner of that particular merch pack. He has selected his item. It has been bought, paid for, and shipped. He should receive it within the next week or so. JJ, thank you for the contribution to the mini challenge or the mini adventure. Make sure, guys, you drop your channel points if you've got them on the mini adventure so we can get that organized, get ready to go. Community challenge 75% complete. Check in with 14 months as well. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate it. So get your channel points in there, guys. Of course, Dudley, thank you for the shout outs. We'll get out the shout outs for JJ, Magic, Yanti, everyone that's in the chat that streams. Make sure we get shout outs to everyone, things and stuff. So obviously a new year, bringing in more D&D and VTM. VTM returns on Sunday. We have 3 episodes left in our season. We obviously took that short break over Christmas, but we come back.
Oh shit, I better write there.
3 episodes left in the season 2 of the Vampires of Melbourne.
Wow.
Blood and Belief. So once that completes, we will be stopping for a short time, or for some time, and campaign 2 of my homebrew world paradigm will start sometime around the beginning of February. I think I've given dates to the players for session 0. Session 0 is going to be streamed live, and we should be starting the week after session 0 for session 1. Obviously, not all of the players that have agreed to be in part of Paradigm 2 or Shadow's Embrace, which is what it's called, will be there at the start. We'll be starting with just 5 players. Sadiq is able to join us for the first few episodes until his new job kicks in. So he will be starting with us, which is good. We'll be able to get to see his character off the start of the story. And obviously there'll be a few other faces joining us in NPC roles, hopefully throughout the course of that as well.
So what you're trying to say is we get to kill him early, yes?
Yes.
Or I get to kill you early.
Yes.
One of the two.
The answer is yes. So with that, there will be, I'm not sure how long we're going to run that before we look at season 3 of Vampire the Masquerade. But what we will definitely do is at some point through the course of the start of Paradigm, we will be taking a break from Paradigm and returning back to Vampire the Masquerade for a 10 to 12 episode season 3. So yeah. So without any further ado, welcome back everyone, supporters of the channel, subs and viewers, to the return of our D&D format. Wednesdays and Sundays, once Curse of Strahd is finished, we will be looking at running mini adventures. We've got a challenge running for the first mini adventure. Before I run that particular mini adventure, however, Roasted Chicken is going to be running a mini adventure of his own. He will be DMing it. I will be playing in it, as well as a few others. I think Yanti's involved in that. I'm not sure who else is there, but we've got players for it. Most of us
pretty much
here,
everyone here. Yeah,
pretty much most of us here,
and Grim, yeah,
and Mr. Grim as well. So obviously, once we finish this, I'll be working back and forth with Roasted to get an overlay set up. Obviously, Foundry set up so that we can know what he wants to run Foundry and battle maps and stuff. So we'll definitely be organising all that. So there will be a break in between the end of this and the start of that, and then a small break after that into the next mini adventure.
I'm excited for Roasted's one. That's gonna be fun.
You guys are gonna put me through hell. I can see.
100%.
If I'm there,
We're
there, yes.
And you're gonna love
through
it.
hell.
And this is the thing: you're gonna thoroughly enjoy it, no matter how much shit we put you through. So
We won't try. It'll just be the way
it'll
we
just happen.
play.
It's just it'll just happen, as you guys do to me constantly. So
Don't know what you're talking about.
so let's get into the recap. So I've got a little bit of a more extended recap than normal because of the break that we've had. And for those that haven't had a chance to watch last episode on YouTube. So without any further ado, we will start tonight's recap. So last we left off, our group of heroes were still stuck inside the Amber Temple. You had defeated another 3 flaming skulls, in which 3 of you had perished. Adok, however, after perishing, was awakened beside himself, literally, as his new dragonborn body reformed right next to his old goblin body. Zadriel was brought back from the brink of death with a Spear of the Dying spell from Fibblestib, and after some regrouping, used the only diamond that you had. I've got a drink, you find. Yes. Nutty's confused. She couldn't find things. So the only diamond that you had was used to bring Karnos back from the brink of death. It was a little harder than before, as Karnos had died previously. Then Scathus was also returned from the brink of death using another type of power or energy. Came from a much darker place than the Revivify that was used to bring Karnos back, rendering Zadriel unconscious for a short time. Ultimately, Fibble, realizing all these things going on, once you sort of discussed things backwards and forward, figured out that this Dragonborn was indeed Adok. He decided that a much needed rest was prudent. At this time, Fibble once again runs around the room, slapping everyone, casting Lesser Restoration, removing some of these pesky dark gifts that seem to be prevalent within Barovia, but also in this temple. Then curls up in the corner and falls asleep, after casting alarm on the door, of course. A little bit of conversation backwards and forwards about watches and things, but it's decided that in the end, probably not such a good idea, as, I mean, you've got the alarm, right? You're all good. Adok finds himself having a conversation with Strahd, attempting to make a deal, but the offer at that time was rejected. But decides to touch another tomb in the process, in the room where everyone is trying to sleep. The tomb shatters loudly, waking everyone in the room. And once again, discussions about these tombs goes around and round until eventually you all hear sounds coming from outside of the room which you have held up for the evening, or for at least rest. The sound of large stone moving, which most of you assume is the seal that sealed you in this place opening and later closing, it seems. Adok takes off towards the other Amber Tomb room after a brief discussion with Zadriel and trying to figure out what's happening. Zadriel heads back to the room with the rest of you while Adok proceeds to go to another room. While in this room alone, as he goes to touch another of the Amber Tombs, he is alerted to a presence and turns and finds himself face to face with Strahd. Strahd offers Adok a slightly different deal. Work for him. Bring people to Barovia. As well, to seal the deal, a life of one of his companions in return for his loyalty. And is also given 24 hours in which to comply, or it'll be the death of you all. Adok agrees. Somewhat. Very almost in fear for his life, you could probably say, but he definitely agreed. Was also given a warning not to continue accepting or attempting to accept gifts from these tombs, as he has taken on too much of this energy already. Not heeding this warning, however, Adok reaches out a hand, once again places it on an amber tomb. This time, a spike of psychic energy surges through him, rendering him unconscious. And as his friends are now all sleeping in an opposing room, there is no one to aid him, and eventually his life slips away. A few moments later, his eyes flicker open. He turns to see the dragonborn body lying in front of this tomb. He's cold and naked. Realizes, crap, it's happened again. This time, he's not dragonborn, nor is he goblin. He is now human. He collects his belongings, heads back into the room where his companions are sleeping, setting off the alarm that Fibble had set to specifically only allow the group, which would have been Adok the Dragonborn, back into the room. This happening at once wakes you all. Skathis charges forward in a reaction, trying to attack this stranger, as does Fibblestip with a firebolt, rendering Adok unconscious once again. So, with that, you decide that Spare the Dying, cast by Karnos, is a good idea. You leave him unconscious, you bind him, you discuss an interrogation, maybe later, and you all return to some semblance of sleep. Karnos, recognizing the clothing that Adok is wearing as the clothing he'd given him, kind of twigs him to that it possibly is Adok. But finally, you were able to get a full night's rest. During this full night's rest, Karnos had a vision of Sergei, the magical pool and gazebo, and visions of potentially the cathedral abbot at Kresk, and then sees an image of Irina, drawing him there. Zadriel had a vivid dream herself, walking out into the main hall of the Amber Temple where the statue stands. She sees a darkened figure. The evil emanating from this figure is apparent. It is definitely coming from a place of pure darkness. Her wings emerge and raise her off the floor. She experiences pain, but also hears the voice of her father, telling her that she's strong enough to fight whatever this is, and only has to wait a little while longer, filling her with maybe hope or strength, whatever she needs to push through this. Upon waking, it was eventually discovered that this strange human was indeed Adok. And then you prepare to continue your journey to find your way out of this temple, or this so-called resurrection spell that can resurrect ancient dead. You discover the temple guardian, which matches the amulet in which Fibblestip wore around his neck, and he joins your party. You then move back into the Great Hall, checking out the statue based on Zadriel's dream, and see nothing but this large statue. The room seems normal, and whatever normal is in this particular place. Fibble and his newfound friend Timothy decide to check out the southern doors of the room and inadvertently set off a gas trap as they attempt to find a lock on this locked door. And this is pretty much where we rejoin you guys now, as Adok, you and Timothy are standing in front of these double doors. The trap has been triggered and you've taken your damage when this loads. I'll take a little bit. So the stream there, like See my version of it here. So yes, so you were there. So pause this one. So the door, the moment Timothy stepped forward and triggered this trap, the gas sort of filled that entire area where you are. It took a few moments, but it then sort of dissipated quite quickly after the fact. You took a little bit of damage. As you stand there and sort of blink your eyes and maybe cough and splutter from this sudden spurt of gas, you look at the doors and notice that there are no locks. There are no physical places to put a key, but as you're standing there staring at it, you hear that familiar sort of scraping of stone on stone as the doors sort of slowly swing open. Just a touch to let you know that they are not locked anymore. So I will turn it over to you.
So I would send Timothy up to actually like push the door open and say, "Hey guys, open, says me."
So Timothy moves to the door and opens both doors. Pushes them open and pushes them to one side. From your position, the amber light sort of fills the entranceway there a little bit. The first thing you smell is just a horrid, putrid smell of death, like it's like old death. This has been closed up for a long, long time. And just right in front of you see an old candlestick. Looks like the candles have long sort of burnt out.
So what are we doing, people? Are we exploring this or you know, it open? It's got stuff in here, stuff and things.
Well, yeah, I guess we were mapping it, right?
Yeah, I'd start mapping it, and then I'd go. Do we want to get? Do we still call him Adolf the Grey? Because he's now like pink. So Adolf the Pink to do it and to go in there.
Maybe that is his last name now, Mr. Grey. Maybe he's
Skinbag.
Adolf Grey.
Call him Skinbag. Meatbag.
Oh,
Why?
Are humans all meatbags?
Technically, we're all meat bags.
Soft meatbags then.
you are very grumpy.
I'll have you know that I just happen to be a human as well as Adolf now, if that's what he is.
A human that doesn't shut up and keeps telling stories.
Oh, that's right, you're on one of these one-way trips, eh? I forgot about that. Adolf, how you feel?
I've got no idea who I am anymore. I don't know what I am. I don't know if I'm grey or pink or a meat bag. I've got no idea. All I know is that I don't want to die anymore. And I don't want to touch those bloody stones. Why is Scaphers so bloody rude? Has he touched a stone or something? Something happened when I died and came back.
No, he died.
He's very talkative. That is a plus, sort of, possibly.
Well, we get to find out what he really thinks, I say, because he's kind of, I get the feeling, kind of subjugated to something similar to what I am.
What you are.
Well, you get sometimes the feeling that you just want to tell people how it is, you know?
Oh, you are assholes. Yeah. Skaters, how do you view Feeble?
A nutty tinkerer, yes.
Okay.
Well, he's not wrong.
I'm going to take a step forward and then trip over seemingly nothing. And as I hit the deck, I'm going to look at Karnos and go, "What the hell? How do you walk with all these extra long limbs? It's like so gangly." And he's got a sniff. I'm like, "Oh, geez, I smell like crap."
That's funny, because I thought he actually smelled better than normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Maybe
yeah.
hold your bear. Maybe. Is that still work, holding your bear? I don't know.
So, Fibble, as you go forward into the room there, you'll notice that the candles seem to light themselves as you progress further in. So you'll visibly hear, as you step in, the candles just go woof, woof, and just light themselves, as if by magic.
Did you do that, Fibble?
Yes, it's I can't. Yeah, that's how good I am. Automatic candle turner on. Nora. No, I didn't. It did it by itself.
So
Have I ever walked into a room and it just lights up before?
You have lit up cows before, though.
every
One time, one leg, and I replaced it.
Come on, let him go, Cedric. Fibble, every time you walk into a room, I feel like the room lights up. You're a wonderful man.
Someone's a bit jelly.
So, don't get me wrong, Cedric, I like you too. Most of the time. It's really Scafus that's a pain in my ass.
Okay, now, left or right? Right or
Feelings
left?
mutual.
That's a good question. Left or right?
You like to feel his ass? What?
Maybe you make the Timothy go one way and we go the other way. Maybe, I don't know.
No.
Fibble, you'll get you'd know by now. Just Timothy probably won't go that far from you anyway. He is, as a shield guardian, he will try and stay relatively close to you at all times. He's there to protect you.
Yeah, see, okay, like, this is the idea. All right, can you make your shield go around a corner by itself and you go around the other?
Yeah.
Right, then do that.
I'm gonna toss my shield and start walking the other way and be like, "Fuck you, Feeble."
Clang, 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 as the shield bounces off a wall and hits the floor.
Really?
These are like skeletons or something in the alcove.
So essentially, that's what you see. What you see as you're sort of walking around the room there. These are all tombs. Tombs of long dead mages, maybe. They're all sealed. They're all set into these alcoves. Doesn't seem to be anything else around. Like the room is dust. Like the ground's covered in dust. It also hasn't been open for quite some time. But it's this central room. As you walk around, is just tomb after tomb. And Fibble, as you reach the doorway there, you see another small area, very similar, another set of catacombs. And the same thing. Just tomb after tomb after tomb.
Zadriel, I don't like this place.
Zadriel is slowly picking up her shield before Fibble sees. This does not look very inviting.
I mean, it's a tomb. It's not really meant to look inviting, is it? It's for people to be laid to rest.
There looks like there's nothing in this one.
And you are correct, it's empty. Very dusty and old. But yes, empty.
How many is there? Empty ones.
9. I think maybe
11.
8 or 9.
11.
Give or take.
So the rest of the family hasn't died yet? Is that what we're saying?
Why you make it think it's a family?
Wasn't
Pretty big family.
Tombs and crypts, usually bury families. In my experience over the years, they start small and then they enlarge as people from the same family die generation after generation. Is that not how it works in Hobbit Town?
Hobbit Town?
Well,
Where's this Hobbit Town?
Where little people come from, like you and Adult. Oh, sorry, Adult, you're one of me now.
Yeah.
I think because we have fought undead before, maybe we should close the door behind us when we leave.
All right, you got all that map,
If it's not broken.
What's broken?
Your ears,
Your-
Kanos asked if you could map it.
Yeah, I did. I mapped it. It's empty.
All right.
Are you wishing to close the doors behind you?
Yeah, I'll take a look at the doors. Do they look
Doesn't seem to be anything wrong with them.
feasible?
They were just pushed open. They're heavy. It's amber. It's thick amber stone, same as what the temple is made of. So they're definitely heavy. So it would take a bit of an effort, but it looks like you could possibly close them. Do you have a shield guardian?
Mr. DM,
Yes.
Adok, I would like to produce fireballs and just fire it off into the tomb.
Okay.
Yeah, sweet.
Don't need to roll to hit. You literally spark up a fireball, fire it into the tomb. That's the wall.
I'm just gonna stay,
Stupid humans.
and then I turn around to everyone else, and then I'm just gonna give you a smile and a thumbs up.
Toothless, a toothless smile at that.
What are you doing?
I'm not afraid. Look, I can do it again. I'm gonna shoot off another fireball. Into the
Oh, that's
tomb.
right. Yeah.
That is very good, Adok. I'd say.
Then I'm gonna run up to Karnos and just smell him, sniff him. The big.
What the hell are you doing?
What? You don't smell like burnt whiskey anymore.
Probably
I
smells
don't.
heavily of body odor though. You guys have not bathed in days.
Yeah, like you actually smell like cow manure. It's terrible, but it's good. You're not delectable anymore. Fibble, come here. I'm gonna run after Fibble.
What?
I'm just gonna try and pick you up and sniff you.
Do you let him? Or do you resist?
No. Yeah.
I can give you a dex check if you want to evade his attempt to pick you up.
Yeah. I'd try to evade it.
Okay, so just roll a dex plus your 20 plus your dex modifier.
Ah, that was a save. Sorry.
It's just a straight check.
23. What a great waste of a natural 20.
I was going to say that had to be a natural 20. Yeah, you easily duck under his hands as he goes to reach out and grab you. Again, he's still probably getting used to the human body and is a little bit weirded out by the whole arm thing. I mean, it was bad enough being a dragon, well, now he's a human. So you managed to duck under his breach quite easily and move out of his way.
All right. Okay, fair enough, Fibble. You don't want to be smelt or hugged by me. But I'm going to look in the shield guardian and then just going to look at the cheek, then the left side of the cheek. Shadriel, would you say that I'm a handsome looking bloke at the moment? Do I look better than normal? I'm
Roll a
give you
d6. Odds he is relatively attractive. Evens he is not attractive at all.
You know, if you had some teeth, you would look like almost like Falcon, almost, and he was very good looking.
DM Carlos is going to butt in as she's thinking, hey, don't be too rough on him. He is one of the most handsome humans I've seen in a long time. And I'm going to roll deception.
Which you get advantage on because of your particular affliction.
I do indeed. I cannot roll off my fucking sheet. What's going on?
Or I can, oh, that's not good. You can't roll off your sheet. Roll natural dice if you can.
Off my ear, I have to. D&D Beyond sheet's not working. Decepticon at
Roll
advantage.
natural dice.
I'll figure that out. Natural 20.
Nice.
Plus 3, so 23 for deception. He is extremely handsome. Look at that beautiful cheekbone build. And I don't run my hands on him, I just sort of, move my hand around. Lovely, absolutely lovely. He's a beautiful man.
If you think that you would not believe Carnos at this point, you are more than happy to roll an insight. Otherwise,
No, Adok would totally.
I kind of figured Adok would just believe him.
Yeah.
When you stand him up next to Carnos, yes, definitely.
I love it.
But
I love it.
Adok's gonna brush some dust off his shoulders. He's gonna look and he's gonna pat Carnos on the shoulder. He's like, yeah. This is good. I think I like this. I think I'm one of you. He's like, I like this. This is good. It's going to do great for my business, for our market. Yeah. You know what? I now have to survive. Make sure I don't die. Great. Just handsome looking dude.
Look, Adok, it's all good. Just don't do anything dumb or wrong because you'll give a whole lot of our race a bad name. It only takes one bad chicken to spoil the whole damn bunch.
All right, okay, that's custom. Yeah, this is good. You should teach me more customs about how to be human, and then this will be. I'll need to know. We should talk more about this as we go through because I'm gonna. Adok's gonna start whipping out like a bit of a journal and start taking some notes. Anytime you want to tell me some customs about being human, just let me know and I'll write it down.
All right, I'll let you know. Where's to next, Fiddlestub?
So did you wish to shut these doors or no?
All right.
Before we carry on.
leave them open.
Leave them open.
And then I look at Z and go, so where are we going?
There was some doors behind us. Over this way. As you're walking that way.
So the doors that you're referring to is the doors that you could not open earlier. It's up to the right-hand side of the statue under the balcony.
Oh yeah, crap! I forgot about them.
I mean, maybe your new friend could see if he could forcefully knock.
Yes, Timothy could knock.
So they look very similar to the doors you've just dealt with. They look like heavy, thick, amber doors. No key lock. Doesn't look like there's any other way to open them. Tried the Xantha password and it doesn't seem to work on this.
So, strength check to...
If you wanted to just to see if Timothy can just push it open?
Yeah.
Strength check.
Yeah.
Strength check using Timothy's stats.
So, that would be...
So he has a strength of 18, which is +4.
Yeah. Actually trying to use Foundry to roll it, but it doesn't...
May not let you. Oh, no, you should, because you've got control of the token, you should be able to do it. Just click on the word strength.
Yeah.
It's not doing anything.
Oh, there we go. Now it popped up. Normal roll.
Okay, 24. That's a natural 20.
There we go. See? There. Good on you, Timothy. On your edge.
Timothy, with your instruction, puts both hands on the doors and braces himself back and shoves. You hear the door, and it sort of shakes. Dust falls down from the roof. It moves, but only just. He's definitely been able to move it, but it hasn't fully sort of broken free of whatever lock's there.
Hey, Fibble, did you have a bomb?
Is it big enough to, like, see through? Or...
No, it's just like you can see that it's budged the door. Like you know, maybe a couple more goes, you might be able to push through. Or if you're able to, someone's able to give him a hand, you might get enough.
Ah, crap! I missed all that because I accidentally muted the tab.
So no, it does not appear to be open in any way. It definitely looked like it will move. So you might need help, or another couple of goes might not.
Adok, seeing this, is going to walk up next to Fibble, and he's just going to lean down, and he's going to go, "Oh, I'm not actually used to leaning down, but would you mind if I do something with your thing there? Is that all right?"
Beg your pardon?
Play with your own thing. Don't.
No, what was it? Timothy? Is that what you call him? I think I can help you out with this.
What do you want to do?
Just let me see. I crack my fingers and I put it forward. Let me just work my magic. Yeah, stand back. Yeah.
Skathis is going to slink off, as you would put it, to one of the amber tombs.
What do we notice, DM?
So, Skathis, are you going to stealth away?
I've been keeping to the back of the party,
Okay.
making sure that...
You still need to make a stealth check.
All right.
Make a stealth check, firstly.
19.
So everyone else, you can make... I would say with what you're preoccupied would be based on your passive. So if you don't have a passive higher than 19, considering Skathis has been hanging back since you guys left the tomb, probably not notice that he's not with you. You're too focused on the Guardian and what's happening in front of you. So Skathis, you can move yourself back towards one of those rooms and just hold that thought. So, Adok, you were wanting to do a thing.
Yes, Adok, I assume there's like some rubble and shit on the ground, yeah?
There's an old statue to your right, looks like it's been partially destroyed, so there's definitely bits of rubble and stuff lying around.
Great, Adok will just walk over to it, grab some stuff, and then he's going to start doing a goblin incantation, just muttering that. And as he's doing, he's spreading the rubble around until it forms like a semicircle.
So hold that thought for a moment. It won't be a goblin incantation. It'll be a common incantation, but no longer speak goblin.
I don't know goblin. I just forgot it completely.
You have no idea what goblin is.
Oh, okay.
All of your spells will be in common.
Okay, cool. Fantastic. Okay, yeah. Well, just a ring of rubble, and then as it's common, which he's kind of a bit confused about why it's in English, and then he's going to blow, and then as the dust and circle grows larger and larger, it's going to cover this Timothy as Adok casts enlarge on this object.
So Timothy grows size. Does he have to make a save, or does it just happen?
If he is unwilling, the object thing.
That'll be up to you, Fiddlestick. I would say the fact that
Adok said he was going to help, so yeah.
So if you believe that he's going to help, you would obviously allow it. So the enlarge will definitely take. The Timothy now grows to twice his normal size. He's now very large, about 20 feet tall, 22 feet, almost as tall as the statue, in fact. For him to open this door now, he'd probably have to kneel to open the door. But his strength also increases, yes?
Yeah. Yeah.
By how
strength
much?
Oh, Jesus. So it goes advantage on anything to do with strength-related checks or saves.
Okay, so just advantage?
Yeah, pretty much. And increases the size by 1 category, pretty much. So its weight is multiplied by 8.
Yep. So Fibble, you can, if you want to remake the check for him, Just roll at advantage. Strength check at advantage. And I think on Foundry, that's pretty easy. I think it'll pop it up and ask you to do it. Not quite as good as the natural 20, but still, 19, still pretty good. He shoves again, as he's sort of half kneeling now, but pushes and puts his shoulder into it. And one door gives and pushes open maybe about 2 feet. Enough that you could probably see in, or see in part way at least anyway. So the left door remains closed. This one opens. But only opens enough that you could probably only see a portion of this room. You would have to actually fully go in to see the remainder of it, or maybe get him to shove the other door again. Another strength check.
I'd get him to shove the other door again.
Okay, so again with advantage, so we can resolve this properly. Another 19, easily enough. So you now see the interior of this room. What you see is a treasure room of sorts. This room looks like it has several piles of all sorts of stuff, and the pile quite high. They're quite large piles. This room has not been opened in a very, very long time. However, the moment the doors give and the light from the Amber Temple fills the space, and you look into the room, all of you sort of in front of the door, you'll see the two 10-foot tall statues at the rear of the room, where the room seems to have broken away and leads off to somewhere else. They have hawk heads, like the heads are shaped like a hawk, beak, feathers almost, and they're made of solid amber. They haven't appeared to move as yet, but they're definitely there as if to be guarding something, one would say, just the way that they're standing. So I'll get you guys to hold that thought, and we will now switch over to Skathis. So Skathis, you've slipped away, and you now found yourself in this room. In this particular room, I believe that one. Okay. Okay, this one looks like that none of these tombs have been touched.
I believe one of them hadn't it?
Looking at it, just making sure.
There's
Addox,
that one there was.
He had tried to touch it, but he rendered unconscious instead. It didn't actually give him a gift.
So they're all pretty much active then.
They are, by the looks of it.
Well, seeing I'm standing roughly on the spot where I died, I'll go to that one.
Go to the eastern sarcophagus. You reach out and put your hand on it.
Yes.
So you reach out, and the moment your hand touches it, you get an instant feeling of cold, like extreme cold. Coldness of death, which is strangely familiar to you considering your recent condition. You hear a very deep and dark voice. Do you accept a gift of mortality? And the voice is, I say, it's deep, it's dark. It definitely comes from a very dark place.
Yes.
the tomb fractures and shatters under your hand, knocking you back on your butt about 5 feet. I will give you DM, tell you what you have received.
Cool.
Yeah, I will DM you this. Only you'll be able, you probably the only one will notice this at this point. So I'll DM you this gift in Discord.
Yep.
Tell you what you have currently. So play that how you will. You will know you have this ability. You won't be able to know, like if someone asks you what you can do, you wouldn't be able to tell them, but when the time comes to use it, you will just innately know that you're able to do it. Right? That is you. Is there anything else you wish to do?
No, I'll head back to the group.
You move your way back to the group, so we'll leave you there while you're moving yourself back. So you guys at this particular room, you're now seeing these two amber golems standing in a guarding position at the end of this treasury room. Adok, you looking into this room, your eyes would be wide. There is a lot of valuable stuff in this room. You're still a merchant. Even though you no longer have, it seems, the understanding of your supposed native language, you're still very much who you are. You're still a merchant, you still know the value of things, and there are a lot of things in here. There's several piles of treasure, and I'd say you're probably on the verge of not being able to contain yourself. Just at the shinies, I mean, just the shining that's coming from this. Probably all of you looking into it, there's a treasure trove in this room.
Noticing that, Adok would immediately drop the concentration on the spell so that Timothy shrinks so that he can get past.
No worries.
Also, I've just pulled my hood down lower.
Okay.
Adok, wait, everybody, hold the phone. Oh, hang on, we don't have phones. Hold the sending stone.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I want to pry a little caution here. In my world of adventuring, now, Scapus, you might want to fuck off while I'm telling a story. In my world of adventuring, it has been known to be a room like this.
Shut up and send Adok in.
All right, but I don't want Adok to die again. How many lives is he at?
Do you see the two golemy things?
Yeah, I kind of do. Those two statue things.
Did we not fight one upstairs?
I mean, yeah.
So maybe not rush in.
Yeah. Only fools rush into treasure rooms.
Adok is like at the door. I'm so tempted. Like, what's the worst that can happen? Come on, treasure room, treasure.
Scapus, you should go in. You're the biggest fool here.
I guess it takes one to know one, doesn't it, Carnos?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Make a perception roll, Carnos, please.
Perception?
Perception.
Hey, I can roll on my sheet again. I figured out what I did wrong.
As you are speaking directly to Skathis, you'd probably look at him, I'm assuming.
Yeah, oh yeah. 16. He has his hood down.
He does have his hood down. But what color are your eyes naturally, Skathis? Just out of curiosity.
Let me get that information up.
Pretty sure they were yellow, yes? Or an orange yellow?
Hang on. There. Silver, cat-like.
Ah, they are. Silver. And they usually stand out quite well, even under the cloak. That was probably one of the most, the one feature that probably stood out from him when you first met him. The fact that even under a hood, his eyes probably were quite piercing. What you do notice with the 16 is that instead of that piercing silver, you see a more sickly yellow staring back at you.
Scaphus? Guys, I think Scaphus has been sucking down the schooner or blowing on the fizzweed or something going on here. Scaphus, what's wrong with you? You feeling sick, mate?
I'm fine. Just send Adok in so we can get this over and done with.
Why is he so keen to kill Adok?
Daria's gonna hold a command spell in case she sees Adok Russian.
Okay. Duly noted. Dedriel steps back and...
Oh, we have a brave
Holds
adventurer
the spell.
here, a brave hero. How about we send Karnos in instead?
Scaphus, I'm getting quite sick of you talking shit. How about you go first?
Yeah.
I agree. He's pretty quick to volunteer everyone else. What do you think, Zadriel? He should go.
Be our guest, Skathus.
I'm fine where I am.
Well, then shut up. Wait, I can't believe I'm telling you to shut up. I'm so sorry. You should talk more. I'm
No.
so sorry.
What's that saying? If you've got nothing nice to say, you know, think of something else to say, then say that instead of the not good thing.
Yeah,
That's how the
Meatbag.
saying goes, yeah?
you got to work on your human, but it's fine.
Okay, meatbag.
Are we going in or not? Look, I'll just put a foot in and see what happens. I'm just going to put a foot past the door.
Hold on, Mr. Stibb.
You put a foot
Would you-
past the door and nothing happens. Like, you step past the threshold bit, and I dare say, all the while eyeing those golems, making sure they're not moving.
And as I do,
Happens.
and then I'm going to jump in and out continuously. Like, see? Look, nothing. Let's go. Come on. Treasure. Everyone in the room.
Nothing happens.
Maybe send in Timmy.
Did it.
Timmy. I want to say it so bad.
Timmy.
They're probably only going to activate underneath certain circumstances, I'm assuming. And those circumstances could be, I don't know, someone touches the gold or tries to get past them. So,
Roll an
Adok,
intelligence check.
You could have like him go in and
With
fight
advantage.
problems, like a rock'em sock'em kind of a golem fight. That'd be cool.
Oh, GVG, I like it.
24.
Yeah, you're pretty certain that's the case. You're pretty. I mean, looking at remembering the condition of the remains in the other treasure room that you guys came across, you're pretty certain that if you tried to remove any of this gold, you would be dealing with a couple of golems. And judging by the remains of the previous Tomb Raiders in the other room, it's not going to be an easy fight. Deal with that
So-
information.
They are blocking a passage or something. We could maybe just try to move past.
You want to go through their passage?
I don't know what else we have to do.
So just to give you guys context, that's what you see.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that is cool. Adok, the Great, instead of Grey, now the Great. That's a new one. Yeah?
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Adok the skin bag, yes.
Scaphus, mate, just shh, shh.
I think Fibble gave him the signs that he's made of a similar material to us. Fibble, what is he made of?
The same shit and stuff as you guys.
He's made of shit. Oh.
Well,
Well,
it
I mean,
doesn't
a little
surprise me.
bit,
He's talking a lot of it.
Me?
Skethers is half demon, so you've got to figure he's going to be a bit of a viper-tongued kind of asshole.
This is new, though. This is definitely new. I mean, he's always been an asshole, as you say, but Scaphus, you're being rather rude at the moment, all the
Yes.
time.
Scapefish, just remember, you get more friends with molasses than you do with brown sugar. Let's go look at Scapefish and give him a wink. Yeah, how was that? The sayings, guys. That's what human sayings. That's what I'm trying to.
No, that's definitely not one.
Oh,
A human saying is, you got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em. That's a human saying.
what we folding?
Well, it's like know when to keep the cards in your hand, but also know when to chuck them in. And right now, we should chuck Scafus in.
Right, done. Yep, I'm with
Yeah.
you. I'm gonna run up the Scapes and try and grab a leg.
I'm gonna eat. I feel like I want to eat him. I'm gonna
If
grab.
you're going to grab
Scafus.
Skath's leg, you're going to have to get down on all fours because I mean, yeah, I mean you're human now. You're not a goblin anymore. you're probably almost the same height as Skath's. So this is going to be amusing as this human runs in and throws himself around Skath's leg. Karnos, you're going to try and help him as well.
Yeah, I'm not going for the legs because I never used to be a goblin, but
Yeah.
but I'm gonna be. I feel like where are you throwing him?
You're going to
As
try
far
and
as
In
just
the
sort of
room, like
trying
in
to push him
yeah,
into
just
the
like
room.
the-
Okay,
yeah,
so
okay.
one of you make a strength check at advantage, or both make a combined strength check, and we'll take an average. And Skathis a strength check as well. Please. So strength versus
So,
strength.
what? Can't I dodge it?
If you think you're going to dodge it, you can roll a dex check.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
What do you
so-
want to do, Adok? Do you want
I'm
to roll?
definitely not gonna roll with
advantage?
advantage. Not gonna roll with
Okay,
advantage.
so both you roll strength, and we'll take an
Okay.
average of both your rolls, and Skathis roll a dex check. You're going to try and sort of dodge out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
God's sakes, man. So
I haven't changed.
yeah, so what yeah, that's pretty close. I'd say it's going to be pretty even. Dadriel, yes?
I would like to cast command on Skathis and say drop. You have to make a straight. You have to make a wisdom save, please.
Gosh.
So wisdom save as well, Skathis. It was pretty. It was. I'd say that you were able to sort of get yourself out of the way of one of them, but the other managed to grab you. So it was pretty
You-
close.
You fail.
And then you failed the
shit,
wisdom
really?
save. You failed.
17.
All of a sudden, you get this feeling. You just need to lie down. Like you need to drop to the ground.
I know where the command come from, yeah?
I think you do.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say drop.
Yeah, I think you do. I think you definitely
Yeah.
have this just... As soon as Zadriel speaks, you just have this urge to drop to the ground. And you know exactly what's happened. And so you drop to the ground, and now you've been caught by these two people who, as you were going to get out of the way, just drop to the ground. They just jump on you, almost like a dog pile. They're going to force you into this room no matter what.
I call out to Adok. Shall we slide him between the golems into the next room or into gold? What do you reckon?
Golems, and then I'll take a bit of gold.
I
Okay.
don't agree with that, but we'll slide him. We're gonna try and slide him between the golems, push him into that other room. Yep.
Make another combined strength check. Because, I mean, you've got him. It's a grapple. So we'll say that you just hit this one. It's going to be like a drag or slide him.
Yes, that's better. 24.
24 and 8. Well, so it's definitely up there, even with the low end of Adok. It's definitely more Karnos than Adok at this point, dragging Skathis through. So I'd say you get him to about here. So if you want to put yourself there, Skathis, please.
I say, oh, Skathis, I was helping you dodge. I'm so sorry.
So you guys are either side of him. Get him to about there with that strength check. So Adok, what are you doing? Said
Immediately
you are going
let
to look
go.
at...
Dive into the gold.
As he does that, I want to head into one of those tunnels.
You're not even going to get a chance. Because as he does that, as you go to prepare to stand up, the golems both twitch violently and turn towards Adok. Both of them. The moment he touches the gold. Fibble and Zadriel and Timothy at the door, you notice the doors start to slowly close. Got a split second to be in or out. So make your decision, in or out in this moment. We roll initiative.
I would like to drop the gold that split second, noticing them look at me.
So you've decided to move in. The doors close behind you. And we'll roll initiative.
Wow.
Haddock's hat. Try and get everyone's initiative.
Mine has.
Oh, there it's taking its time.
It's your slow ass internet. That's what it is.
It's not less than 10. Well, Dadgio got a 9. 13 on us. What is it? Okay, so yours was a 13. It hasn't updated on mine, so we'll just have to get. So
I got a
Space is what we
7. 7.
7. We'll do this, man. Fibblesip.
I got a 10, and I guess Timothy's the same.
We'll put Timothy on your.
Yeah.
Basically, you can give him a command as a bonus action. He will move to protect you if he's not issued any commands in you. So. I think that's everybody. Scathers, Edgeo, Fibble, Arnos, Adok, 2 stone golems. So Adok, funnily enough, you get the initiative. You drop the gold, and as you turn, you notice both these golems, now eyes blazing with amber, have stood to attention, are looking directly at you.
Fantastic. I'm going to pick up a random golden object from the pile, and I'm going to look at Scathus, and I'm going to go, Scathus, think fast! And I'm going to throw it, like peg it at him.
Okay. Roll to hit, I guess. Because you said throw it at him, not throw it to him.
I'm assuming I'd be prone, wouldn't I?
You'd still be prone, yes.
So a 3? Is a 3?
Yeah, absolutely, mate.
Yeah, you for some reason you can't get used to the human body, and it just like just a weak limp-wristed throw, and it just sort of goes ting 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 ting.
And then I was going to turn to these 2 statues and go, my apologies, and he's going to point to Scathus and then just start backing away towards that trail.
Make your movement. Next up is this guy's turn. He literally makes a beeline for you, Adok, as you're the one that picked up the gold initially. Karnos, you will get an attack of opportunity as he steps past you, not even looking at you, if you wish to take it, steps over you, Scathus, and directly into Adok, right next to you as well, Zadriel.
I would like to use my protection if it's hitting anyone other than me in 5 feet, and impose disadvantage.
Okay.
I swing the sunsword as it moves past, knowing that it's not undead, but at least the sunsword was in my hand.
Okay.
25 to hit.
That hits.
And one-handed, so 1d8 plus 7. 11 damage as I try to cut through stone.
11 damage. Does it sort of sparks off the amber? Definitely does some damage, but nowhere near what you thought it would do. And you probably kind of expected it, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's not undead. All good. That's my reaction.
So that is yours. So Zadriel, is that a reaction to impose that disadvantage? Awesome. So as this creature reaches for you, Adok, it is going to make a slam attack, which it can make 2 of.
I would like to, as a reaction, cast Shield.
Is your +5?
So I got 19 AC.
19?
Yep.
No problem. First one is a 26 to hit. 20 points of bludgeoning damage It slams down, practically ignoring your shield.
Oh.
Sorry, no, that would be wrong. I'll re-roll that. It'd still be 26, so it will be 20 points of damage at disadvantage. Crap! Ignore that one. That was an advantage. Wrong button. Disadvantage. 13, the second one misses. As Zadriel's protection seems to... She's putting herself... How does protection work? Is it like, it's still like the aura, or is it just you going, "Blah, look at me"?
Yeah, I'm gonna like slam my shield and try and
Okay, so
distract
distraction.
them,
Awesome.
kind of thing.
Awesome. So, there's also going to not do anything. Leave it there. Karnos, you're up with the Shield Guardian and Fibblestib on board.
Right, so the Shield Guardian that walked past me didn't look even sideways at me, right?
No, didn't even acknowledge the fact you were there.
What's the other Shield Guardian look like it's doing?
It's solely focused on Adok.
Right, I am going to move to the one beside Adok. Man, I'm going to say, all right, Fibble, hopefully your Shield Guardian can take care of the other one. We should all wail on this one. And I'm just going to lay into it with this unsword.
Go ham.
I'm going low at its legs with a 15 to hit.
15 will miss.
Ooh.
Lances off the armor. Kang.
Ooh, I'm going to spin around and swing low again. I'm going to use superiority dice. If I hit 27.
27 does hit.
And I'm going to add superiority to this to trip attack it. It needs to make a strength save.
Turn something off that I forgot to turn. I keep forgetting to turn it off. It was in context, yes. It was. Sorry about that. I didn't realize it was on. So what was the attack, sorry?
So it takes 17 damage from the attack, but it needs to make a strength save because I used the trip attack.
Trip attack. Strength save. Well, 26, natural 20.
Okay, it does not fall prone, but it still takes the 17 damage.
What type of damage is it, sir?
It is the Sun Sword, so it is all radiant.
Sorry. It takes the damage. Is that your turn?
Then, so 5, 10, 15. Yep, that's all Karnos is going to do this round. Thank you.
Next up is this guy's turn. Fibble, you're on board after this dude. It also charges forward in a straight line. Can't get to Adok because his buddy's in the way and other people in the way. So it will wail on you, Zadriel, as you seem to be the person that is blocking its quarry. So it will do... what will it do? How many people are within 10 feet? Zadriel... Pretty much everyone except for Fibble. Needs to make a wisdom save, please. DC 17 to beat. Natural 1 from Karnos. Zadriel is fine. Adok is not fine. Adok, you'll get, even with Zadriel's aura, you'll still not be fine. So, Zadriel, you're the only one that does not suffer from this. You feel your muscles tense for a short time and then they release. It's kind of an odd feeling. Karnos, Adok, and Skathis, however, feel like everything's in slow motion for some reason. It's just slowed down. You essentially can't use reactions. Your speed is halved, and you can't make more than one attack on your turn. So in addition, you can either take an action or a bonus action on its turn, but not both. And these effects last until you, for a minute or two, you make the saving throw at the end of your turn. So take note of that, and it's going to make one slam attack, which I believe will miss with a 16. Raise your shield, and it strikes off your shield. But the force of the blow can be felt through your shield. It is a hefty blow. You've already used your reaction. That is his turn. Purple Step. It is now your turn.
All right. So I will attack this dude.
No problem.
Because I think that's the one that Kana said to actually attack.
I believe it was the middle one that he said to everyone wail on. He said Timothy to attack the other one, but...
Yeah, wail on the middle one, but yeah, yep.
Either way. You attack whatever one you want to attack.
Yeah, it'll be that one. And I'll use Firebolt. 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
11 points of damage.
11 points of damage.
Yep, fire damage. And then Timothy will do his multi-slam attack.
On the other one?
On the exact same one.
You'll have to move.
He's right beside it. Well, kind of.
No, you got this one in between him and that one.
No, he'll be attacking the same one as me.
I thought you were attacking this one over here.
No, I'm attacking this one here.
Oh, it's in the corner. Hang on. I see. The dot that I'm seeing is right over the other dude's balls.
Ah.
But it's in the corner. Okay, we're good. I'll swap that damage over. No problem.
Nice.
Go for it.
And Timothy's slam attack. Normal attack. 17 to hit.
That will hit.
14 bludgeoning damage.
14 bludgeoning damage.
And then...
Start to see a little bit of damage come up on the armor of the skull with that hit.
Yep, and then another 17 to hit for 11 damage.
No worries. The bludgeoning damage definitely seems to be the damage of the day here. As you can see, visible dents and visible damage being made by Timothy's attacks. Is that you?
And that is us. We are done.
You are done. Zadriel, it is your turn. Scathus, you're on board.
Zadriel will take out her hammer and go to town on the one that Feeblestip just did.
No worries. Center one.
Oof.
Continuing to fire away. 15 will miss.
Yeah.
Raises an arm and deflects the hammer blow.
18?
That hits.
On the second one? Okay.
It does hit.
That will be 18 damage.
18 bludgeoning damage. Again, visible damage done by the bludgeoning of the warhammer. Is that your turn?
That is it for me.
That is it for you. Scathus, you are up, so you are slowed. You can either take an action or a reaction. Your speed is halved.
So I still need to get up, don't I?
You do, so you will basically have half of your half movement speed. So you're going to have about 5 feet to move if you wanted to move.
No, I'm fine. That one.
So you can't take a reaction, and you can either use an action or a reaction, and you can only attack once, even if you have 2 attacks. It's up to you.
All
what you wish to do.
Using a ranged attack, Fist of Unbroken Air.
Which will be a disadvantage because you are within melee range, as it stood over you. These things are big, so it's within melee range of you right now.
I don't need to make an attack roll. It needs to make a...
It's still classed as a ranged attack, yes?
Yes.
So it'll be a disadvantage because you are within melee range.
Then how do I get a disadvantage on when I don't need to roll?
He'll get advantage on the save.
Okay, then he needs to roll twice. Strength save 13.
Big save 13 at advantage. Makes it with a 13.
And gets half of 13.
Half of 13 will be 6. That's bludgeoning damage as well.
Yes.
Problem. You strike it. You strike solid stone. But your monk skills stop you from being seriously hurt. Actually, no, don't you stop it with your magical energy, your key energy.
Yes.
And it does damage. But that is pretty much all you can do, I believe. And make your wisdom save. Once again, however.
Oh, yay, wisdom save.
I believe it was a wisdom save, just double check. Yes, so DC 17 was what you're looking for.
Yeah, I'm still slowed.
You are still slowed. Adok, it is now your turn. You are in the same condition.
Adok is in slow motion going to reach into his component pouch, pull out a ration, magically liquefy it, and then cast a 10-foot cube of grease directly in front of him.
Right, so grease in front of him or underneath him?
Here.
Mark it out and put it down. Yep.
There you go.
So your grease... I can highlight this. Because you can change, if you can right click it and change color too, I think.
Oh, can you?
I'm pretty sure you can.
Oh, yeah.
So give it a color. So we can see it.
Look at that.
There we go. So it is now a big pile of grease under these creatures.
They need to do, every creature needs to make a dex saving throw.
Do they have to make it if they're not moving?
Yes. When the grease appears, each creature standing in it must succeed on a dex saving throw or fall prone.
No
Any
worries.
creature who enters the area or ends its turn must also succeed.
Natural 1 for a 0.
Fantastic.
For one of them falls prone straight away. This might be bad for someone. They are quite big.
Hopefully Scathus.
Natural 20 for that guy, so he's good. So this one in the middle here falls prone. I'm going to roll a d4 to see which direction he falls. He falls towards you, Adolf. You need to make a dexterity save. Because you were slowed, I'd say it's a disadvantage.
A lovely 9.
You will take...
May I use inspiration? DM's inspiration.
Yeah?
Fantastic.
For a reroll? Definitely, that's what it's here for.
Oh god, it's worse. So...
You still fail. You will take 8 points of bludgeoning damage as the golem falls forward and doesn't fall directly on you, but as an arm drops forward, it slams you and knocks you to one side. But it is now prone, so that will give melee attackers advantage on their attacks. Is that your turn? Because I believe you only have one attack because you're slowed, and you can either take an action or a bonus action, so you can't really do anything else. You can make your wisdom save.
Oh, I can make a wisdom save?
Yes, you can make a wisdom save at the end of your turn to fight this particular...
I take a 6, doesn't beat it.
No, so you're still slowed. Next up is that particular golem's turn. He's going to use half his movement to get back up again. Slowly but surely gets back up, stands up, and will attempt to attack you again with a giant boot. He's going to attempt to stomp on you 2 times. First one, 14. Does that hit?
That is my AC.
22 bludgeoning damage. The large foot stands on your chest, forcing you to the ground. Are you unconscious?
Hell yeah, I am.
Mark yourself as unconscious, please. Intelligent. The golem, now seeing you are moving, turns his attention to... who's going to see? Turns his attention to you, Karnos, and make a swinging fist attack at you. For a 28 to hit.
Well, that
He swings
hits.
a large amber fist backwards towards you. 24 points of bludgeoning damage as he slams into your chest area.
No problemo.
That is his turn. It is now your turn, Karnos.
Needs to make a dex save.
Each turn for the grease?
Yep. If it enters
because
or
you're
ends its
is
turn.
it concentration?
Nope, it's not.
Cool. So he will make that save and see if he falls over again. It could be bad for you. You realise that? No, 1. He falls over again. I know. Karnos, dex save from you, please. If you are slowed, it'll be a disadvantage.
Save, you said.
Yes, please.
Okay, get the hell off there. So I have advantage on dex saves.
Okay, so straight roll.
Flat. 13.
It'll be enough. As the golem, you see the golem, he's hit you and he loses his footing, stumbles and falls in your general direction. You manage just to take that half a step out of the way to avoid being hit. But it is now prone again, which will give you advantage on your attack.
Okay, that changes my plans. I think Alok doesn't look good, everyone. Shit. Okay, so I got a question, DM.
Yes.
Because as my action, I get 2 attacks. I can only take an action or a bonus action because it's slowed. Do I still get 2 attacks, but I can't take the bonus? I only get 1. That's what I was asking.
You only get the 1, yeah. So you get action or bonus action, but in that action you only get one attack because you're slowed.
Yeah, that's right. So I want to make sure of. So I don't know if this is the right idea, but I'm going to do it at the heat of the moment.
Inspiration for Zadriel in chat.
Seeing Adolf go down, and yeah, Carlos just says, "Someone, Alok's down, help him!" And I'll take this thing, and I'm going to cast Compel Duel as a spell.
Compel Duel. What is the save?
It is Wisdom 15.
Save. Saves with an 18.
Blah 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 blah.
I believe it is not compelled to attack you in that.
Yeah. Okay. I need to read this. I'll get back to you. Otherwise, that's all I can do.
Okay, so just read through it. I'm pretty sure that if it saves, it doesn't have to attack you. You can choose its target. I know you've got that spell as well, Zadriel.
Yeah, so it says it's weird. You attempt to compel a creature into a duel. One creature that you can see within range must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature is drawn to you, compelled by your divine demand for the duration. Has disadvantage on attack rolls on other creatures except for you. Blah blah blah. If it succeeds on the saving throw, the spell doesn't restrict the target's movement for that turn. I'm not sure I understand that, to be honest.
So it means that I'm pretty sure that means it can attack whoever it wants freely.
Yeah,
it's not compelled to move. It's not compelled to move to you and attack you, as it would be if it failed to save. That's how I interpret it.
Yeah, no, that seems cool.
If we're happy with that ruling, we'll roll with that.
Yeah, go for gold. I haven't really read that before. But...
Yeah, I mean it's odd wording, but that's sort of how I interpret that.
Sweet, go for gold, man.
Cool.
It's all good.
So that is you. You bash your shield and call out, trying to taunt this target. It doesn't seem to have any effect on it. It is now the other Guardian's turn, or the other Golem's turn. Fibble and Shield Guardian Timothy are up after. The Zadriel, it is going to attack you again as its initial target is down and you're still in his way. So he's going to attack you with 2 slam attacks. 24 to hit on the first.
That'll hit.
24 points of bludgeoning damage.
Mm-hmm.
Large amber fist. The second is a 19 to hit. I believe that'll miss.
That hits.
Oh, that is 19 your AC?
18.
18, okay. 17 points of bludgeoning damage with a second fist. Just double hammer fist rains down on you. You're unable to get out of the way. I believe that is all it can do. Double check. That is pretty much it. Bibblestib. You and Timothy.
It still needs to make a save.
It does too. The deck save. Correct. Thank you, Athos. See if it falls prone. Which it does so. We have 2 prone golems, so melee attacks have advantage while it is prone.
Alright, so Fool's Dude is going to slap Haddock and go, "Get up, you lazy bastard," with cure wounds.
No problem.
10 hit points healed.
10 points of the healing damage.
And then the shield golem is going to take 2 shots at the stone golem.
25 does hit, 15 damage. Another 15 bludgeoning damage. As Timothy slams his fist into the golem.
And once again,
Nicely done again. 23 to hit. And another 12 points of bludgeoning damage. It is looking, in want for a bit of a term, bloody. It's not bleeding, but it's looking dented and battered. Definitely looking a little worse for the wear. Is that
That's
your turn?
me.
It's you.
Yep.
Zadriel, it is now your turn. Both of these golems are now prone. So your
Alright.
attacks will be at advantage.
I'm going to hit the same one I hit before with a hammer for 20.
20 does
30.
hit.
And that is 19 damage.
19 of bludgeoning damage.
And then the second attack will hit for 21
That'll also hit.
for 14.
14 bludgeoning damage. And you can now see chunks of its amber are starting to break away in the places you're attacking it. It's got large cracks. It's starting to look definitely a little worse with this one. Is that your turn, Zadriel?
That is it for me.
Is it for you? Skathis, you're up. Still slowed.
Still slowed. So attacking the same one I was before.
No worries.
Just normal attack. So not normal, not disadvantage.
It would be at advantage because it's still prone. So
Okay.
if you're just using your melee attack, you'll get it at advantage, but you only get 1 attack.
25 to hit.
That hits.
7 damage.
7
Yeah,
bludgeoning.
Now I have a bonus action, don't I?
No, you do not. You either
No?
action or a
Okay.
bonus action because you are slowed, unfortunately. But you do get to make that save again. DC 17
Awesome.
Wisdom.
Uh,
So you get to
Did
choose
Zadriel
bonus action or
okay, yeah.
action.
Just a question: did Zadriel make her save as well?
No, oh, yes, you got to make a dex save for being in the grease.
Oh.
You're standing in grease. I forgot about that.
And I'm still slowed.
You're still slowed.
Not 20, 25.
You're good.
Wow.
What a waste.
I mean, even with the slight reduction in your stats, you're good. You're good. Adok, it is now your turn. You are conscious.
Haddock gets
You're
up and he's
prone.
got, oh, being a human hurts. And then he's gonna get up, and as he gets up, he's gonna firebolt at this one.
Is Firebolt a ranged spell?
It is.
It'll be at disadvantage. This creature is prone and you're in melee range.
That is absolutely fine. Does a 16 hit it?
It does not.
Fantastic.
Not quite. You managed to strike the grease, however, to the floor, igniting it.
Cool.
So everyone inside the grease, both golems and Zadriel, no need for another dex save because it's just on fire. That will burn it up in a round, but everyone will take 6 points of fire damage as the flame ignites around your feet. The golems, however, don't seem to take as much of that as being amber. Fire doesn't seem to do much damage to them.
Haddock's then gonna back away next to
So
Hibble.
so at the start of your next turn, the grease will be gone. I'll get you to delete it at the start of your next turn.
Too easy.
You are still slowed as well, are you not?
Yes.
Actually, you were made unconscious. Would that still be affecting you? How does that work, DMs? I've never had struck this before. Would he
I
still
reckon
be
so.
slowed,
I reckon so. Makes
even though
sense.
he was rendered unconscious?
Yeah. So it's a magical effect.
Yeah, unconscious. He's not died.
He
I
hasn't died,
I don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah. I reckon so.
It's not. Yeah. How was it cast again, or was it a spell, or?
It's kind of a spell. It's like an innate ability for the creature, so it's not
Oh,
typically
it's
a
an
spell.
ability.
It's like it's from the gaze of the creatures. That's something that as long as they can see see the people. So
Yeah, as long as he can see him.
We'll
Maybe
say he's
he's
still
still
slowed.
slowed. Yeah.
Yeah.
you would have only been able to move 5 feet, which is where you moved anyway.
Yep.
You failed on your save, so you're still slowed, and you will get an attack of opportunity, which will be a disadvantage because this guy's prone. So you're lucky there. Which I believe you'll miss with a 13.
Just. Dear God, just.
You feel the wind of the large fist as you turn and try and step away. I need to make a roll. Sweet on that one. Next up is his turn. He will use half his movement to get back up again. And seeing that Adok is up and moving, once again, it is going to make a step towards you, Adok. Which, not quite out of Zadriel's range, but Karnos, you get an attack of opportunity, and I'll say Timothy gets an attack of opportunity also.
No, I cannot take reactions because I am slowed.
You are correct. So you cannot take an attack of opportunity. 13 will miss Timothy, however. So, Adok, once again, the golem is focusing you. 2 slam attacks.
I said sorry.
I believe you were unconscious once again with a 21 with 25 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
As you stop moving again, it focuses on its next closest target, which unfortunately is you, Fibblesip. And rolls a natural 1. Still 11, but misses with a natural 1. So Fibble, you are okay. Karnos, you're up. It'll make its dex save. All the grease is still there, even though it's on fire.
Yes, Karnos seen the fire.
Actually, no, it won't. It'll be standing out of it.
Karnos seen the fire and the grease. Cannot move through to the creature he wants to attack. Either of them. He has a short amount of time because it is he is slowed. So he is just going to do what he does. Well, not what he does best. He's going to do what he can. He is going to call on the power of the DM and say, DM, grant Adok relief, and cast Cure Wounds on Adok.
No worries.
For 8 healing points of damage.
10 points of damage. So you are conscious once again.
Can I pretend to be unconscious?
You can pretend to be unconscious all you like.
And as just my free action, as I'm casting the spell, I'm like, fucking hell, Scaphus, get your fucking ass in here and fight these damn things. You're doing 5/8 of fuck all.
That is your turn. Next up is this golem's turn. Focusing on Zadriel still. First slam attack. 17 to hit, which I believe will miss.
Miss. Yeah.
Second slam attack. 13, which will also miss. Is going to try and recharge its slow, which it does so. That is the end of its turn. Need to make another dex save because it's still in there. It'll take a further 6 points of fire damage as well.
DM, I got 17 on my wisdom save too.
You are good. You are no longer slowed.
Thank goodness.
It falls prone. There's enough space that it's probably going to fall without damaging anyone at this point, so that you guys are safe in that respect. Fibblesip, your turn. Zadriel on board.
Alright, so it's right beside me now?
It is pretty much right in front of you. Yeah. As it moved, actually, did you take damage on your attack? You didn't, did you? Because it missed with a natural 1.
Yes, I missed.
Cool.
Alright, so...
Let's be aware that if you do take damage, the Guardian will take half.
Yeah, I've got to take half and it takes the other half.
Yeah.
Since it's right... yeah, I'm gonna do a firebolt at disadvantage.
Okay. So disadvantage with a ranged attack.
So
Still 20.
disadvantage 20 to hit.
I think that still hits.
16 damage.
16 damage.
And then Timothy will do his attacks. 24 with 14 damage.
That'll definitely hit.
And then another one.
Damage.
22 with 12 damage.
Ooh, it's not looking good. It's not quite there, but it is looking like it's rough. You can see large chunks of the amber have now dropped away to the point where one of its arms looks like it's almost ready to drop off. It's taken a substantial amount of damage. And that is your turn.
Correct.
Zadriel, it is now your turn with Scathus on board.
Zadriel has had enough of this, so she is going to do a Radiant Soul, which is her wings, and attack at the... I have to make a dex save, don't I? To move out of the crease, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
You'll take 6 points of fire damage too.
Yep.
At study.
Well, I failed.
So you will
6.
slip. You will slip. But I would say you're activating Radiant Soul, which I
Yeah.
would say would lift you off the ground because that's your intention. Yes.
Yes.
So
Take
won't
the
worry
damage.
about the save. We'll just take the fire damage
Okay.
and the dex save. You'll lift off before that takes effect.
All right, and I will hit him with my hammer. Well, no, I won't. 13.
13 will miss. As you
That is
activate this Radiant Soul, again, it's the black wings that emerge,
Ooh,
the dark aura.
And the eyes. I'm gonna use my inspiration at the D10 for 5. So is that 18?
That will hit.
Okay. And then I'm adding the 18 plus 10 radiant from the wings, which is a 28.
28 damage.
Yes.
The one thing you do discover, however, it is not radiant damage that emanates from your attack,
Necrotic.
but it is
Ooh.
necrotic, dark energy that sparks from your warhammer. It destroys the golem, however, more than enough to take this golem and shatter it into pieces, scattering it across the floor. But I would say the burst of necrotic energy definitely takes you by surprise. It's the first time you've used a radiant effect since you touched the amber tomb.
Ooh. All right. And I will move up. How high is the ceiling? I'm trying to move
It's
up.
about 20 feet in here, 20 feet domed.
So
20,
I'll go
25
up.
feet. So you can go up maybe 10 feet.
I'll go up 10.
Yeah. You got
And
about 10 or
that's it?
15, you'll be good.
All right.
So that is you. The rest of you that are aware, you definitely would have seen this happen. Zadriel's wings unfold, that dark aura emanating from her wings. The dark ichor running from her eyes as she draws on this energy. And then releases what she expected to be radiant energy, but instead is a dark, necrotic energy. And it is very evident that that's what was radiated when she attacked. Scathus, it is now your turn.
Prone or not?
No, you're no longer prone.
No, I'm talking about it.
Yes, it is prone. So you still have advantage on the attack, as you are within range. But you are still slowed. You still only get the one attack, and you get to choose an action or a bonus action.
Action using Fist of Unbroken Air again, but I'm going to add an extra 2 key to it.
Does it cost you a bonus action to add the extra two?
No.
Okay, making sure. It will get advantage on the save, as it is
that's fair
technically
enough.
a ranged attack.
That's a DC 13.
DC 13. What, the strength save, yeah?
Yes.
Not that it really needs it, but it makes it 22.
So that's the initial one. So 14 plus.
You'll take half the damage.
Hang on, I haven't finished yet.
But it's still only going to take half the damage. Save the 24.
So that's 22.
11
All
points, 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
And that's it.
This is the first time this... Well, not the first time. It's taking a little bit of fire damage, but this is the first time it's actually taken full damage from something. Wisdom save. Skathis, to see if you can beat this effect that is slowing you down. That would be a fail. You are still slowed.
I'm working my way up.
Adok, it is now your turn. So can we delete the grease, please? Thank you very much. The grease is all but burnt away. Adok, I believe you are still slowed.
Yes, but Adok will summon his cannon in there. And as part of the bonus action, I can summon it and fire as well if I'm within 60 feet. So I'm going to do that.
Done. There is your cannon.
Now we'll make one ranged spell attack. For 27 to hit.
That hits. I think it's the first time your cannon's actually rolled higher than an 18 whole campaign.
Yeah, it's actually hit something. And it's 12 points of force damage.
12 points of force damage. You see a large chunk of amber be blown away from the chest piece of this creature, as your force damage seems to have done more than what you would have thought. It's taken a substantial amount of damage from that blow.
Hell yeah. Is that thing a creature, or is it a construct?
It is a construct.
Damn it. Never mind. Does not get pushed back 5 feet.
It is that your turn?
I will pronely start crawling away 5 feet.
Okay. Well, you're prone. You can go at half. Yeah, it's be 5 feet.
Behind Fibble.
Behind Fibble. The creature's head snaps to your movement, and definitely is watching you. Karnos, it's now your turn.
Right, is this creature still prone, we said?
It actually, yes, it is.
Excellent.
It hasn't had its turn to get back up yet. Yes, it is still prone.
Karnos will run forward now that he has not slowed anymore. He will get right up close to it and just start hacking at its legs.
No problem. Roll to hit, sir.
Sunsword attack number 1. 27 to hit.
That
And I
hits.
should have done that at advantage, shouldn't I?
Could have. Roll advantage in case you get net to 20.
Yeah, just in case. Nope, that's fine.
27, that hits.
So, I am going to slap it with a 9.
With a 9. Slashing
I'm
damage doesn't quite do the damage you hope.
Sunsword is all radiant.
Same thing, doesn't
Same
really...
thing.
I mean, it does damage, but it's a little weird.
All good. I don't have any destructive weapons other than that, so I'm carrying on. Second strike at advantage this time, probably.
Damage is damage.
Every hit counts. 25 to hit.
That hits.
And I'm going to wail into that mother with 8.
Another 8 points of damage.
And then I am going to... I was going to say rage. It's not rage, man. Get yourself together. I'm going to action surge.
Action surge. Go for it.
I'm going to cry out, come on, DM, let me lay this one down. He's already laying down. Fuck it, there should have been an advantage. Roll that again. 30, 24.
That'll hit.
With another 11 damage.
11 damage.
And last attack. 30.
That hits. Definitely hits. Add an extra D60 damage.
Nice.
With a 30 to hit, I'm going to give you a bonus to damage.
That is nice. Thank you, DM. 12 in total damage.
12 total. No worries. So it's starting to look a little rough around the edges. You can see chunks of it are starting to fall from where you're attacking, but it's still moving and moving with purpose. Is that your turn?
Yeah, I just cry out, everyone on this thing while it's down, and that's it.
It's now its turn as it slowly stands to its full height, towering over top of you. Sees you, Zadriel, Fibble, and Timothy are in its way, so it just attacks the first thing that's in front of it. It happens to be you, Karnos. But first, Zadriel, Karnos, I don't think Timothy will be affected by that. You guys are out of range, so Kanos and Zadriel, wisdom save, please. You will get the bonus of Zadriel's aura, although it is at a +3, not the +5.
That would only bring me to 10.
So Zadriel, you're still fine. Actually, you're probably fine anyway. You were, what, you said you were 10 feet in the air?
Yeah, I think it's 10, yeah.
I still would have put you within range of it, so you're good
Yeah.
anyway. So you're fine. You're not affected by it. But Kanos, once again, find yourself unbearably slow.
Oh, I'm a
back
little
into
slower.
back into slow motion. It makes a single slam attack against you. Oops. Wrong button. God damn it. Roll. Attack. I'm going to... So you got it. 25 to hit.
That definitely hits.
And 15 bludgeoning damage as it slams a hefty amber fist.
Oh, too slow on my shield.
And that is its turn, but it is now standing. Fibble, it is your turn along with Timothy. Nah.
Alright, the owl would land on Karnas's shoulder. And I'll cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level. And he gets a whopping 18 points of healing damage.
18 points of healing damage.
And then Timothy would walk to there and take 2 shots at the... He's not prone anymore, right?
No,
2
he's
shots
standing
normal.
tall, so it'll be just regular attacks.
So that one missed. And 19 with 12 damage.
12 damage. Bludgeoning damage, knocking another large chunk from the golem.
And that's me. Oh, actually, and I would move, which I'll do in a couple
Okay.
seconds.
Yep, so you'll move, Timothy's moved up. Zadriel, it is your turn. Skathis on board.
I will fly toward him and yell as I hammer. Is he prone? He's not prone. 28 to hit.
28 does hit, and you know he's not prone.
Is that a natural 20?
That was a natural 20.
Okay.
It was a natural 20.
Okay, so that is not real
So
there.
your
So it
natural
said
damage
20.
is 16, so 16.
Plus 1d8 plus 12.
Yeah.
Oof, math.
So that's 20, 30 plus the 8.
Yeah.
So roll a d8 for me.
Okay. Oh.
Because your
7?
base damage is 30. So
Yeah.
so 37 points of bludgeoning damage. You didn't put a divine smite or anything in it?
Nope.
Nope. So 37 points of bludgeoning damage with the
Yep, and I'm
warhammer.
gonna add my
And you've got your aura.
my radiant
divine.
thingy thing, which is a 10 added to that.
Another 10. That's necrotic damage now, not radiant
Yes.
damage.
All right. Force of habit.
All good.
Alright.
So another 10 points of dark energy is pumped into this creature, and it definitely seems to do the damage.
And the second attack is a 15. I think
That will
misses.
miss, yes.
Yeah.
It
So
manages to dodge out of the way of the swooping dark angel flying around
Yep.
the room.
and I will fly back up my 10 feet, and that is
No
me.
problem. And you won't leave its range because it's quite tall, so you're good. You won't get an attack of opportunity. Skathis, you're up. This creature is now standing.
Yeah, normal attack.
Normal attack. I'll give you advantage as your whole team is here attacking it. So as a flanking maneuver, I'll give you advantage for your position. You are still slowed, so you only get the one attack, but it will be an advantage.
13.
That'll miss, unfortunately.
That's it.
So wisdom save from you to fight this slowing effect. That is still a failure.
Okay.
You're still slowed. Adok, It is now your turn with Karnos on board.
Gaddon moves, little spider-like legs, kind of aims its turret and fires
Skitters around.
for a 24 to hit.
That hits.
Hell yeah. For a total of 12 force damage.
Again, a large chunk of amber drops from the creature's chest, leaving a rather gaping hole. Inspiration for Skathis in the chat. Is that your
And
turn,
That,
Adar?
yeah, that Attic is still going to try and pretend to be unconscious and not
Still
moving.
slowed, yes. So
Yeah.
wisdom save as well to fight the
So
slow.
is he. Yeah, no.
Nope, you're still slowed. Karnos, it is your turn.
Carlos, feeling the jerkish reaction of the slow, is just going to sigh, drop the shield at his feet, knowing he can only take one swing. He's going to make it worth his while with two hands.
No worries. Double-handed attack.
Double-handed attack. Come on, baby. Ooh, 16 to hit.
That'll miss.
Ooh.
Just glances off the golem's arm as he twists.
Put all my striking effort into it. I was like, damn it! And that's it.
That's it for you. It is now the golem's turn. It is going to make 2 slam attacks at you, Karnos. You're the last to strike it. First one. 18 to hit.
That hits.
Now that you've dropped your shield,
Correct.
20 points of bludgeoning damage.
20.
Second, 19 to hit.
Also hits.
24 points of bludgeoning damage. 2 large amber fists strike you in your chest plate. Heavy blows. That is its turn. Bibble and Timothy. Zadriel on board.
Alright. I am going to stuff it, just throw a flame ball at it.
No worries. Firebolt.
16 to hit, which I've got the feeling
Goes
misses.
wide. It does. Goes wide and strikes the wall on the opposite side of the room.
And then Timothy,
20
dirty
hits.
20.
11 points of bludgeoning. Another
And
large
then-
chunk of amber falls away.
Another slam.
23 with 13. Not quite enough to put it down, but it is not looking healthy at all.
And that's it.
Zadriel,
Oh,
make it count because it does not have a lot of health left.
I'm going to divine necro this bitch and gonna try it. Gonna
Roll
try
to
it.
hit.
21 then.
does hit.
We're gonna do a level 2 divine darkness.
You still think it? You still call it what you call it? I'll
yeah,
describe the
we're
damage.
gonna do that. So 19, and then I think it's 3d8.
Necrotic smite. Here we go.
Yep. So, and then the 29. Did I do that right?
Yep, that looks right. 1d10 plus 48.
And and second level.
Yep.
Wait, I put 5. So take off that 7.
Okay, so it will be
22.
22 plus 19, 31. You fail your wisdom save, Karnos, but it doesn't matter. As Zadriel, describe how
Total
you...
is 17.
Yeah. Yeah, with a 3 would have been 17.
There you go.
With Zadriel. So you would have been fine, so you were okay. But Zadriel, as you swoop in, describe how you destroy this golem.
I'm gonna yell again and just slam the hammer down on the weakest part of its armor, trying to just break it apart.
And you do
Flying
so
over.
as Zadriel, as you see her swoop forward with a single flap of her dark wings, shoots herself forward with pretty interesting speed, and slams a hammer full force into the chest. The necrotic energy bursting forward as the hammer strikes, just starting to see the dark necrotic cracks form up the amber. The golem stiffens up and stands bolt upright just for a split second before fracturing and being shot backwards, almost like a almost like a Gatling gun, just peppering the wall with bits of amber. And then silence as the initiative comes to a close.
Quickly.
So
You're good?
your guy's slow will remain for a short time, but after a minute it dissipates. You become able to move normally.
Do the Tinkerers have any potions for everyone? Something for Carnos and maybe Adok. He doesn't look so good.
It never looks good.
I'm fine.
I'd go up to Adok. Let's see, what type of spell do we want to waste on Adok?
Oh, Adok's going to be in between casting a 3rd level Cure Wounds on himself.
Before Feeble gets there, I'm going to do Stunning Strike on Rock.
You have to hit him first to do Stunning Strike. To be able to Stunning Strike someone, you have to hit them first.
Yeah, I get that.
So make the attack roll.
Nah.
Having a bad day.
You not having a good day, Drake.
He's having a bad day.
Maybe still under the effects of the slow somewhat. You just go to strike
we'll go
him,
with that, yeah.
and it just comes in slow motion. Adok just sort of takes a half a step sideways and sort of gives you.
And then the cannon's going to turn and fire.
Fire away.
Escape this.
Roll to hit. Infighting, I love it.
Man.
For a 28.
28 hits. I don't think anyone's going to be able to react. Your shield's on the ground.
Yeah.
And you get 8
That's gonna
force,
hurt.
and you get pushed back 5 feet.
Yeah, so 8
Okay,
force damage,
that's fine.
and you're sort of skidded backwards slightly.
I pick up my shield.
Zadriel puts a hand on Carnos and nods before the great big boom happens and heals him for 10.
No
For their
problem.
healing hands.
Not so much a reaction, but a reaction to what just happened to me. Fist of Unbroken Air.
Back and
Strength
forth it
save,
goes.
DC 13, Adok. Strength.
Anyone else can jump in and intervene at this point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
6,
Well, I can't stand in front of him, can I?
Where's that off? Oh no, he's far away.
15 bludgeoning damage. And you've been knocked back 20 feet and prone.
Well, he's pretty much against the wall, so you can't really go back any further than what he... Oh, no, you're both against the wall. Yeah, so it sends him back into the pile of gold. In bits and pieces.
Almost moves between them and says, "Stop being a bloody idiot, Scaphus."
Both of you, we're meant to be working
If you
together.
hadn't have gone to that gold, they wouldn't have been activated then, would they?
We don't know. They probably would have been activated anyway.
Yeah.
How long do your
we-
wings remain out?
For 1 minute.
So, yeah, you're probably on the tail end, but now. So Zadriel is still very much emitting this very dark, mysterious aura, and it seems darker than the last time you saw it. But even looking at her, she looks very pale and sick and gaunt.
Just stop. We have to work together. We can't have anyone dying anymore. We don't know what you'll turn into.
Adok is lying motionless. Pile of gold.
Shit.
Carlos just quickly moves over to touch him and just hits Spear the Die and just says, "DM, don't let this one fall again."
People, you have anything? Or you want me to do it?
I do have something. Don't really want to waste it on him, but okay, I will.
Welcome, Raiders.
The problem we have is, Scaphus, if you keep doing this, we're just going to get wasted by the next thing that comes along. Don't damage each other. Damage the baddies. Imagine Adok on the baddie or me on the baddie, whatever. Whatever gets you through the day.
Then control the meat bag and we won't get in trouble.
I'll control this meat bag with you. Wait, that doesn't sound right. I will punch you very hard if you punch anyone else. Stupid.
Very well.
People, if you don't have anything, then
I'm doing.
All right, so I go over and I pour a potion down his throat. He gets not 9. 12
No, not
points. Yeah, 12 points of temporary hit points.
Yes.
And for the next minute, gets to add +4 to any attack and saving throws.
Okay.
A D4 to any
As
attack.
a
and
D4.
saving
So
throw.
basically, similar to the police.
Yeah. But
So you got. Does he get any actual hit points or just temporary hit points?
he gets temporary hit points, which technically heals him.
It will do. It
doesn't
will bring.
heal
It
him.
will bring him up to 17.
Yeah.
But that just mark them down as temporary, not full. So you will need to heal properly at some point before you next rest. Otherwise, you lose those temporary hit points, unconscious again. Just as a reminder.
Then, after I do that, I'll cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level
Nice.
on him. That was 3rd level. I'm not wasting that.
What's up, Vampire Logan? Welcome.
And he gets 13 normal hit points.
No worries. Awesome.
Then, holding his face, I'm gonna go. Can you make my dude smaller for a little bit?
well, I'm in cold water.
Oh my God.
Woman.
Yeah, Fibble, I'm saying like 2 of you right now, but yeah, I can do that. I just get punched in the ribs. Oh my God.
Yeah. Carnos has got Scathus. Can you make Timothy one size smaller?
Yeah, I can. It was Scathus. Scathus hit me.
Yes, because you're being an idiot as again. We've got plenty of gold, and you go grab more gold.
Oh, it
What
doesn't
the
sound
fuck's
like,
wrong with you?
it doesn't sound like me at all.
Really? Really? Do you want me to shove this gold down your throat and not resurrect you again?
Do you want Timothy to be smaller or not?
Yes.
Right. Don't shove the gold down your throat. Help me up.
Shove it in that bag where everything just goes away. Could do it there.
I think we've got a lot of gold in that bag that everything goes away in. We've got more gold. We technically have more gold than what fucking Strahd does. I'm guessing.
Is this even gold though?
Well, it looks like gold. So
Thing is, I mean, it looks like gold, right? But I've heard of dungeons in my heroic duties that sometimes you take gold from a space when you leave
I
that
leave,
space.
I leave the room.
When you leave that space,
put yourself
it
where you
becomes
put
something
yourself,
else. Like bad stuff or ash. It just turns to ash in your backpack and stuff. It's some. Is it worth taking gold?
not really. It's okay. So when Adok makes Timothy smaller, we're gonna go that way.
Sweet. Oh look, Scathus has left the party. Excellent. Let's carry on.
So as you look around, I mean, it's probably going to take Adok a little while to make Timothy smaller because he's pretty well buggered right now. And I believe you were made unconscious twice, Adok.
Yes.
That's 2 rolls I have to make on the table. Any further.
3 times. Twice during the
times.
combat.
Right,
Twice
exactly.
during the
You are
combat,
quite right.
and then once more.
Thank you. You are quite
5.
right. So 3 rolls
Trashy.
on the table. Firstly, however, as you look around the room, you do now sort of see exactly what is in this room. Well, not exactly, but you get a sense of it. There are 6 large piles of treasure. And when I say large, these are probably one of them is almost a foot high. There's a lot of gold, gems. There looks to be weapons of some sort. There's all sorts of bits and pieces here. There is a lot of stuff in this room. It's been sealed for a long, long time. You can tell that by the thick layer of dust that's around the room as well. The fissure at the back of the room appears to be natural formation. It's not something that's been man-made. You don't see any tooling marks or anything like that. And as Fibble, as a tinkerer, you would recognize tooling marks on stone, say. There doesn't seem to be any kind of tooling marks at all. This fissure that is leading to what seems to be another room is naturally made. So we're at just after 10 o'clock. Are you good for another 20 minutes or so?
Yep.
Oh, you're not working tomorrow, are you, Bet? What about you, Ken? Are you good? Sweet. So, if you wish to have a closer look around at these piles, you are welcome to do. But just looking around, all of you looking around the room, you can see that there's a lot of wealth here and a lot of items that are not gemstones or gold. There's other things here as well. It's quite evident, quite a number of things.
Looking at the fissure, would we be able to walk through?
It looks to be quite narrow. Roll a quick perception check for me.
While he's doing that, Carlos is checking out the gold piles. Just, you mentioned there were weapons and stuff. He's just looking
There's all
for
sorts of stuff, yeah. It's just a range of different things.
He's really just looking for weapons in decent condition. Like bludgeoning weapons, especially.
Just having a quick
I'm helping.
peruse, like roll a perception as well. Just sort of having a quick look over. Fibblestib, you look at it, judging from it, it's about 8 feet high. Looks like it's about 10 feet through to the other side, but it's only about 3 feet wide.
Get some new dice, Skathis.
Not very wide at all.
So we wouldn't be able to walk through then?
Not all of you. The smaller of you, yourself, would probably be able to squeeze through. It'd be a bit of a tight squeeze. I think you'd probably all be able to get through except for maybe Timothy.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother. Even if he got shrunk down to a medium size, because he's large.
Yeah, if he got shrunk down to a medium, it would be a couple of checks to get him through, but it'd be a tight squeeze. There'd be some checks involved to get everyone through.
Because I can see a staircase there, which means it goes somewhere.
You can see the amber glow coming from that room quite clearly from far. So, with your perception checks, Kaunos and Skathis, you're just looking around, all you see is gold. Shiny gold gem. It's just treasure. Not much interests you in the way of treasure. You kind of just sort of shrugging it off. Kaunos, however, you sort of walk around the room, and in one pile you can see armor and shields. Look like they might be a little rusty, but there's definitely weapons there somewhere. Another pile, you swear you see the hilt of maybe another sword of some description. As you move around, you can see, again, gemstones, gold, silver, looks like some iron, like iron ingots maybe. You're not entirely sure, you're not really a blacksmith, so it kind of looks like that shape. You've probably seen it at a blacksmith. There's some ornate a couple ornate skulls and stuff. There is a number of warhammers by the looks of it in one pile.
Oh, two-handed?
Looks like they're possibly two-handed.
I'm going to check the...
kind of hard to tell, but they are kind of covered. But you've got a couple of, looks like a couple of warhammers, maybe a warpick as well. One pile.
Warpick. I want to check the condition of the warhammers.
Yeah, and other piles, it's much the same stuff. So.
I've got an idea. How about we cast Detect Magic if anybody's got it?
Oh, do you have that, Skathis?
Do I look like a magic user?
I do.
oh, Fibble. Always with the answers, Fibble. I like it. You're a thinking kind of guy. you want to do that for us?
I could, but I've got the feeling we're going to need this later on. So I'm going to take it. I'm going to kneel right where I am.
Yep.
For 10 minutes
yes.
and ritual cast it.
Okay, so you take the 10 minutes. During that 10 minutes, what's the rest of you doing?
I'm dragging the weapons that I like to pick and the two double-handed warhammers
into it and
together.
have a look and
Just pulling them out to the ground in front of Fibble.
I'll bring whatever other weapons are around to the pile as well.
So, in that particular pile, Kaunos and Skathis, you find 8 warhammers and 6 war picks. They look. It's kind of, you're looking at them. They some of them look worn. They don't look damaged. But you wouldn't. It's probably easy to. I mean, even from your experience as adventurers, you probably realise by now that most magical items, if they've been left for a long time, look pristine. These don't look pristine. They're more likely mundane, but they still look pretty, and they look intact, and not too bad.
I want to take one of each.
No worries. So one warhammer and 1 war pick.
Yeah.
Okay. So mark that down in your inventory. You definitely find those. That's about it, really. Like the armor and the shields that you saw were, on closer inspection, are pretty rusty. They've definitely been here for quite some time and are probably not. So, Adok, what are you doing in that 10 minutes that Fibble is casting?
Adok will have finished making Timotei smaller.
Yep.
And then he's going to walk over to a pile of gold, holding his ribs. And then he's going to sit down onto the pile of gold, watch Skathis walk over. And then as soon as Skathis starts touching the gold, he's going to go, up, 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 up. And he's going, ow.
I'm not touching the gold. I'm getting the weapons out.
Right, well, I was about to say, that's in this room. And if we are all here, who here apparently had a problem with this treasure and decided to attack another member of this party because of it. So therefore, you, sir, don't touch a thing. None of it is yours. Ah, my ribs. All in favour? Ow.
I just remain quiet and keep going.
Did anyone react to Adok's outburst?
I mean, he makes a valid point, but Adok, we don't want to start anything, mate.
Well, yeah, no, I'm not. Well, I mean, hopefully nothing will get started if you'll back me up right now.
Well, I'm backing you up, but I mean, it's not going to achieve anything.
Well, it makes me feel good.
Little help, Zadriel, Fibble.
I pat him on the back and I say, "You are still very, very pretty." And I do my 30 points of healing on him.
Using your healing hands?
Yeah, my lay on hands. Yeah. So you get 30. And that's
Get
what
the
I'll
30
do.
points. The odd thing is, though, both Zadriel and Adok, as you cast it, the effect takes. That pain in your stomach, Zadriel, kicks in again. And it's in the pit of your stomach, like you've just been punched in the stomach, like right in the solar plexus. Almost takes your breath away. Adok, as Zadriel puts her hand on your shoulder to offer these hit points, which you get, it's almost like being touched by death. Her hand is icy cold. To the point where probably would almost give you a start, like not realizing that she's probably just touched you, but it's just icy cold that you almost pull back instantly. Didn't expect it to be that deathly cold.
All right, Zadriel, are you okay?
Mm-hmm. I think I'm fine. Just a little stomach ache.
Yeah, look, I'm not really sure how you work, but the old blackness and stuff, and that just felt quite. I mean, I feel great, but I don't feel great. You feel great, yeah?
I think it was from us touching those altars. Probably was a bad idea.
Right. But what can you do, though?
Die.
Huh? I mean, you could die. I mean, like, I could die. You got the same thing I've got. I don't get black eyes.
I don't know. But you gotta stop fighting with Skatus. He's turning into Emilia. He's leaving at the party. He's grumpy all the time. We gotta
Daddy, I
stop it.
didn't start that. He just wanted to attack me out of no reason. I retaliated because that's who I am as a person.
Okay, I will talk to him later. After rest.
I mean, I'm dumb, but I'm not dumb. You know, like, I wouldn't attack him for no reason. He'd kill me. Look at him.
And I will see what Feeble is doing and if he has a way through this room. Maybe use your golem thingy to punch a bigger hole.
No.
What do you mean no?
Well, it's naturally formed. It's not man-made, which means if I punch a hole through, it's highly possible, you know, the whole thing could, you know, collapse and then we all get fucked. But Adok is shrinking down Timothy and everyone else should be able to squeeze through pretty easy. Except Karnos, because, you know, he's currently carrying around all these extra weapons that he doesn't really need. By the way, Karnos, none of them are magical.
It doesn't matter. And bag of holding, my friend. And you watch as he just goes whoop into the TARDIS.
So your detect magic is up?
I assume 10 minutes would have passed.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah.
So, as you... Pretty much, yeah. Looking around the room, nothing really shows up. You got a real faint glow on some holy symbols, but you assume more than anything, it's not really arcane in nature. It's probably more divine in nature, but there is a slight sort of energy coming from some holy symbols, but there's nothing else magical at all.
With the look through the gold, we didn't find any gems in particular, did we? It was just...
I haven't got that yet.
Okay, I'll shut up.
So after spending that time, Adok now has received his dark gifts, and a couple of them are fucking amazing, so I'll be interested to see how he plays those. Going through the piles one by one, if that's what you want to do, and sort of have a closer look at what's there.
Yeah.
No need to roll investigations or anything like that. In the first pile, you come across, if you take the time to count it out, it's roughly 1,700 gold pieces. In scattered pieces, so it's copper, silver, but 1,700 gold for all intents. Scattered coins. There are 30 gemstones worth roughly 50 gold pieces each. And in that pile, you do indeed find what you would determine based on the diamond that you had, the diamonds you had previously, enough diamonds to possibly perform the Revivify ritual one. Rest of the gems are rubies, jade, things like that. So it's again assorted gemstones, but there'll be enough diamonds to complete Revivify at least once. You got the rusted suits of armor and shields. There is a child-sized sarcophagus made of black wood, but it is inlaid in gold. Adok would know the worth of that roughly by looking at it. Worth around 200, 250 gold pieces. Second pile, find 1,200 silver. I'm going to work that out in gold. I think it works out, it's about 500-600 gold. There's another few rusted pieces of armor, this time in ring and chainmail. Completely worthless. You do find what appears to be a silvered rapier in a pink glass with a pink glass hilt on it. Not magical, but it's definitely a fine piece of silvered weaponry. And Zadriel, you would know that silver is definitely a weapon that is handy against those that are not living, and werewolves, things of that nature. 4 rusted greatswords, not really worth a whole lot. A Gilded Chariot is like not one that you could literally ride in, but one that it's about a third the size of a proper chariot. It's worth probably an Adok's explanation, about 700 gold or so. May not fit in the bag of holding, however. Might be a little large. In the third pile, you find 600 platinum pieces. 75 empty bottles of assorted sizes, shapes. Small trunk. As you open it, does not lock. It's filled with fine dresses and gowns. 10 pieces of jewelry, assorted rings, necklaces. Again, in Adok, your estimation as a trader, you'd happily sell 200 a piece for these items easily. The chest is not worth a whole lot. It's starting to rot through on one end. 8 painted ceramic statues. They weigh about 50 pounds each. So they're quite large. Again, worth a reasonable amount of gold. As you move around the room, Bibblestib, you would have noticed this pile probably more so than anyone as you were sort of focusing on your spells. A pile of iron ingots, specifically, weighing 2,500 pounds. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of iron. There's 30 holy symbols, which is what you got your initial sort of minor signature from. Set of 12 copper chalices with silver filigree. Again, around 20 gold each. A gilded skull with red garnets in its eye sockets. No, it doesn't have a compass in its mouth. But it could, if engineered correctly. 8 warhammers and 6 warpicks, which Karnos and Scathus have removed and moved to the centre of the room. Next pile, as you move around, 9,000 copper pieces. We'll say 300 gold. Make it easier. 6 non-magical crystal balls. A bronze crown with tiny gem-eyed dragons for spires. Interesting looking. Not worth maybe about 700 gold pieces. A life-size wooden pony. Probably was one of the first things that stood out when you first actually stopped and looked. 6 marble vases, again worth about 100 gold each, quite large. In the last pile, you find a whole bunch of wooden coins, painted gold. As you move them, they hit the ground and you can hear the wood as it hits the stone floor. Worthless. Find 1,500 gold pieces in that pile. 15 iron pots. There's an obsidian scepter with gold filigree worth about 2,500 gold, give or take. 11 rusted helms and 15 thin leather-bound tomes. All of them signed copies of a storybook called The Snow Dwarf and the Seven Whites. And that is about all you find. It would take you about probably a good hour to search around all these things. What you take from that is up to you.
Would an hour of just looking count as a short rest?
I would say so. If you
We're
wanted,
pushing it.
if you wanted to spend hit die, however, you would have to focus on short rest.
Yeah.
But it would, if the purposes of spell slots, I would say it's definitely short.
Adok is going to play a terrible fluted noise for
Actually,
short
I'll
resting.
give everyone, if you want to spend hit die, I'll allow the short rest.
I think Adok would be just glancing at other people, looking at shit, just clocking stuff whilst he's playing the cool brown note to do. Yeah, so everyone, if they spend hit die, they get an extra 1d6. if they listen to what I'm playing.
I mean, they probably can't help it. It's in a not a large, it's not a huge room, and whoever's in the room would definitely hear what you're playing. Whether they liked it or not is a different story. Roll a performance check. We'll see if it is any good or not.
Nope, a 7.
It's pretty bad. It screeches and squeals. He still hasn't got the hang of that thing. So again, if you do need that list of stuff again, let me know. I can post it.
Yeah, take the rapier and a couple dresses and
Just mark down what you want. Okay. So it's basically just a rapier that's silvered. That'll be a
Do you
standard
think we
rapier.
can strap the chariot to Adoc's back and let him cart it around?
Well, that's weird, Scafus. I thought you would want one of those dresses, you know, considering you're acting like a girl this whole time with your mood swings.
just don't
You
fight.
and your bloody storytelling. Go and tell us something else that isn't true. Or you think's true.
Fight. Who said that?
Scathus, say one nice thing. Do each of you say one nice thing to each other, and then just let's move on. You know, I'm sure you
Or-
have something nice.
Fight each other to the death. Maybe not to the death.
I got plenty of nice things to say about Scafus. He has had a pretty decent set of eyes.
Yes. Indeed.
Shiny silver cat-like things. They were very cool. Don't know what happened.
Scathus, what happened to your eyes?
So now that Karnos has pointed it out, you all probably notice now. The color of his eyes is somewhat different.
That's so good.
Huh?
Must have been the resurrection he did on me.
My resurrections are fucking delightful.
Speaking of which, do you want me to hold on to those diamonds?
That 21 deception, by the way.
I also.
21 on deception. Can insight if you wish. If you think that he's lying, roll insight if you believe him, good as it is.
Yeah, 21 deception about his eyes as well. Same roll.
Okay. So as far as anyone's concerned, you're both being fairly well honest.
Well, that's boring.
Civil
Do
step
we?
before we move on. Now you know what's going on with the dark gifts. You know full well that Adoc is bound to be suffering from a whole lot more than just the initial couple that he once had. Do you act on that at the moment, or things to yourself?
I'm torn of whether do I really want to try to help him since he keeps on not trying to help himself.
Leave that to you then.
So, like I know he's gone down 3 times, so yeah, fuck it, why not? I've been nice to him all this other time, so why wouldn't I do it this time?
To be fair, I didn't ask to go down the 3rd time.
You never asked to go down, but you still do.
Is what she said in a story I had one time.
Oh. I was waiting for it. Where is it? Oh, where the hell is it? Oh, it's
Walk away, Scafus, walk away.
So the owl would sit on his head, and I would cast Lesser Restoration.
Right, so, with that Adoc, the last one that you got,
Yes.
taken care of.
Thank God. Thank you. That's a good one.
So the very last one will be taken care of. Ooh, I would say the first one as well.
Oh, no, that's the interesting one.
No, the second one's interesting. Oh no, it is. Hang on, no, the second one, yeah, no, definitely the first one would be gone. So yeah, that is the interesting one. Sorry, but the second one, however, will remain. That one's a little more arty.
I would have gone with fun, but hey.
So, got the second one as well, and how that works.
Yeah, certainly do.
I've got to try and remember how it works. Yeah, so in the list of 3 you just got, the first and the last are no longer active. Sybil's kindness with his lesser restoration.
Oh, thank you, sir. I feel all warm and tingly inside.
So
That could be a human thing if you don't pee often.
Oh, yeah, all right. All right, no one look. No, no.
You just have to hold your wang at the corner and go pee behind something that, yeah.
Yeah, Carlos, it must be difficult for. Never mind.
I can give you the details if you like.
No.
I don't think that's what we'll call tonight's session. Thank you guys. I mean, that combat went a little longer than I expected, but it was good. It was a good combat. We will pick up next week at this point in the treasure room of the Amber Temple. We will say, judging on how long everything took, you're about halfway through the next day. So for Adoc's context, based on what he has to deal with, he knows he's about halfway through that day.
I'm just gonna end up dead. That's just...
So, as per usual, even though we finished a little bit later, we are going to go around the cast and get some moments. Chat, if you've got some moments as well, chuck them in the chat at me or one of the mods or even one of the players, and we will read it out. But we will start from left to right. So, Adoc the Grey, or actually Adoc the Who-Man. Let's get a moment or 3 from you, please.
Okay, I accidentally closed the thing with all my journal notes, so I have to go back in. Well, 1 second, I'll be there. But there were a couple of quips that I did enjoy. One thing I will notice, there's a couple of quips that I'll say, but I actually enjoyed Scathus running off and touching an amber stone, which I enjoyed that moment because I'm glad that people are slowly but surely giving into the temptations of the Amber Temple. So that was a cool moment for me.
I wouldn't call it temptation from the Amber Temple. I'd call it something else, but we'll leave it at that.
And there's reasons. I mean, I've got a fair idea, but it was definitely interesting to see someone else outside of yourself touching all of these.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had Zadriel as well so far, and now Scathus, so it'd be interesting.
We just hit Fibble and Karnos, and then we're all complete.
Welcome, Raiders, coming on in. I mean, we are at the end of the show, but welcome everybody. Thank you for the raid. Appreciate it very, very much. We're just going through some moments from tonight's session, and then we'll pass on the raid.
I'm also thoroughly enjoying Karnos's work with one of his dark gifts about where he tells the honest truth regardless of people's feelings, where he said something to do with, I'm about to tell a story, so Scathus, you might want to fuck off. I thought that made me laugh. And then Zadriel, not knowing if it's like divine or necro, and just like blending the two together, saying, I'm going to divine necro this bitch.
that was pretty funny.
So, yeah, that's me.
Thanks, you Mims, a lot. We are definitely a fair way into this campaign, episode 66, Curse of Strahd. We're not rushing through anything, so it's a very RP orientated campaign, so we spend a lot of time in RP, which is good. I mean, this session was more combat than RP, but normally it's the other way around. So next on the list is where are we? Where is it? Baz, Karnos the other Who-Man.
Humans everywhere. So Zadriel and Fibble at the beginning there, when they were in the like catacombs area, and Fibble says, "Hey, can you put your shield around a corner?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna chuck my fucking shield around the corner." I thought that was good.
It was unexpected, but funny, yes.
And yeah, Adoc throwing gold at Scathus during the fight, just to, here you go, and he's, you know, he's prone anyway, so it didn't matter. It was quite good.
It was brilliant. Anything else?
I'll leave it at that. Let's
No
give other
worries.
people a chance. That's fine.
Gathus, the tiefling.
Well, the friendly banter still with me and Karnos, enjoying that still.
Yeah.
I'd have to say the fight between me and Adok again.
A lot of infighting in this group, I must say. I'm surprised you haven't just killed each other and be done with it. Save
Hey, I
Strahd.
came
Save
close.
Strahd the trouble. Friendly? Yeah, the chat says friendly banter? Really? Not really friendly. It's more like unfriendly banter. But yes, definitely an interesting thing going on there. And Mr. Fibblestib, the Tinkerer, and his mate Timothy.
Yes, Timothy. I'm enjoying Timothy. Timothy is fun. He said a lot of funny things because he doesn't talk. But yeah, I enjoyed when Zadriel went up in the air and started doing some stuff, and it didn't actually go the way she thought it would. It wasn't radiant; it was necrotic. Then, you know, saving Adok's ass again 3 times.
Yes, 3 times. Divine Necro as well. Yes, the Divine Necro comment.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Zadriel.
I like all the
Asimar that's now a really dark thing.
I like all the deception rolls tonight. Now the lies being told of Adok being beautiful and that, and yeah, it was really good. The fight with turning the cannon on each other. So I think we'll kill each other before we kill Strahd, but
It seems that way. It really does.
and the
yes.
tactical fighting, like the problems were really cool with going prone and everything. So that's good.
Yeah, it was an interesting fight. I thought you would have an easier time with him, honestly. It was pretty good. So in the chat we've had some mims like, are we getting ready to kill the heck out of Strahd? These guys are at max level for the module, so they're at level 10. They have had some minor encounters with Strahd so far. Strahd is definitely trying to manipulate the hell out of them, making deals with certain members. But we'll see. They think they're ready. We'll see if they are when it happens. Magic, Scathus with the meatbag comments. That was another interesting moment for sure. Members, like, thank you for the follow. Welcome to Eagles Lair. Appreciate it very much. And for the raid. Cheers, guys, for coming in. Magic again. Evildoer. Zadriel's burn about when Fibble said you can't shrink Timmer. Yes, the whole cold water comment. I think most people caught that. But yes, I think Scathus might be thinking about thinking Emilia wasn't so bad compared to others from Drax. I don't know. I think Scathus is still traumatized by Emilia. I think there's a lot of PTSD there.
I'm going to bear out, team. I have nature to find.
No worries, Baz. Catch up on Saturday, bro.
I'll see you later.
Yeah, I'll see you Saturday.
Saturday and then Sunday.
And then Sunday.
See you, team.
So, yes. So, chat, out of this world, thank you for the follow as well. Appreciate it very much. Awesome, guys. Again, great show. First one back for 2022. Missed the D&D. It was good to have a break, but missed the hell out of it as well. Glad to get back into the Strahd stuff and see the story through. As I said, Sunday night will be the return of our Vampire the Masquerade campaign as well. We have 3 episodes left in the 2nd season. And then we'll be taking a break from the Vampire the Masquerade and starting the homebrew campaign, campaign 2 of my homebrew stuff, Paradigm, using the Paradigm world. So Paradigm 2, The Shadow's Embrace, is campaign 2, fully homebrewed. It'll be starting early February, 2nd week of February, I think I've got it penned in for. I'll be definitely looking at getting into that again. Seeing some new characters, as this is set 100 years after the events of the previous campaign. So some brand new characters. We'll see some new faces that we haven't seen on our D&D stuff before on the homebrew stuff anyway. Friday night, check out Miss Yanti on her channel for her continuance on her modules. Sleeping Dragon's Wake is where she's up to. I was part of the early campaign. She's now continuing. We've done Ice by Peak, we did Stormlord's Wrath, and now continuing on Sleeping Dragon's Wake. Another good crew over there. Make sure you go check them out. Jax, if you're still there, can we get a shout out for Miss Yanti as well, please? Make sure you guys that have just come and joined us, go check out Yanti's channel. Another great D&D, a good player and an awesome DM, a good storyteller and artist. Enjoy hanging out with her over there as well. Lots of fun. So without any further ado, we should raid somebody else. We'll pass on these awesome raids from people. Again, thank you guys for stopping in. Thank you for the raids, the subs, the follows. We will be back on Sunday with a VTM, and we're going to go raid Era. Era's playing Halo Infinite. He is a great friend of the community. Awesome dude, amazing streamer. He's not playing D&D, but we're going to raid him anyway because he's want to get all this stuff under control. So yeah, make sure you're back here on Sunday for VTM. There will be some gaming streams throughout next week. I'm not sure when they will be, as I'm looking after school. So it'll be just as and when. Keep an eye on the Discord, and it'll be announced there. But say VTM back on Sunday. Era, go. Cheers, guys. Thank you very much, and we will see you next time.